So after not having played since August 2nd of 2020 in the NBA bubble in Orlando Magic forward Jonathan Isaac made his return last night against the Boston Celtics, who the Magic have had their number this year. They won the season series 3-1. I watched 2 of their wins, and the one loss was in overtime in Orlando very early in the season. And I love the NBA because weird shit like that can happen where a team that's young or doesn't have a great record will for some reason have the number of the 2 teams that were in the finals last year, because the Magic also won both of their games against the Golden State Warriors. But the main important thing here is Jonathan Isaac made his return yesterday. Last we saw him, he had all defensive caliber potential, was an awesome rebounder, especially at 6'10", and the Magic had him on a pretty good deal at the time, is $17 million a year, which obviously is now going to go through, I believe, the 2025 season. But injuries, he hasn't played in a very long time, and I was very interested to see how he was going to look yesterday. And it was a good test because, again, the Boston Celtics have been the best team in the NBA this year. Record-wise, they have the best record in the NBA, and this is the kind of matchup that I was looking forward to because, I did a video earlier this year. One of the reasons the Magic have been my favorite watch is because of all the 6'10", switchable, skilled players that they have, headed by Franz Wagner and Paolo Banchero, who has been awesome this year as well. I just wanted to see how Isaac looked, because at this point, with his injury history, I don't blame the Magic organizational-wise if they don't really consider Isaac as a part of the immediate future for the Magic, because they have Banchero, Wagner. Markelle Fultz has looked really good since coming back from his injury. Wendell Carter Jr., they absolutely killed the Bulls in that trade, and Wendell Carter Jr. has also looked good since coming back from plantar fasciitis. So with the combination of Isaac's contract, his injury history, and the fact that he hasn't played in 900 days, and during that time they built together this really good core of young players, it was kind of understandable if the Magic organization, the front office, really just looked at it as, well, let's see what Isaac shows on the court. Maybe he might be an afterthought. We may have to move him down the road. And yesterday, Isaac looked really good considering he hasn't played in so long. There were times where he looked a little flat-footed. He only played 9 minutes yesterday, but in terms of immediate production and making some impact plays, the talent, Isaac's always had the talent. It was undeniable. He just needed to stay healthy. And, he had 10 points. He grabbed a couple of rebounds in traffic, one specifically in the second quarter. He grabbed an offensive rebound and finished over the long length of Tatum and the Celtics wing players and got a putback. And then there was a sequence in the third quarter yesterday, because again, he was only on an 8 to 10 minute restriction, where this sequence, I think, kind of blew the game open. The Magic were already up, I believe, by 5 or 7, and Isaac hit a corner 3, and then the next possession down on defense, he picked Jaylen Brown's pocket clean. Looked like, the flashes of old Jonathan Isaac, pre-injury, pre-2-year injuries gone Jonathan Isaac, and got a steal, and then dribbled on the fast break and dumped it off to Paolo Banchero for a dunk. And, the thought popped into my head, the Magic have so many, and I've mentioned that, again, if you want to check out my video I did earlier in the season on the Orlando Magic, I'll put the link in the description below. But the Magic, with the way they're building their roster, they are very clearly heading in a way where every player at every position is going to be bigger than the average height of their position. Markelle Fultz, big guard. Jalen Suggs, Gary Harris, who they gave a 2-year contract extension to, big and stocky for the 2-guard position. Obviously, Banchero and Wagner are starting together at the 3 and the 4, and they are big and skilled and versatile for their position. And Wendell Carter, Bull has emerged as one of my front runners for most improved player. They still have Mo Bamba just sitting on the bench. Some games he plays, plays, some games he doesn't at backup center. But now that Jonathan Isaac is back in the mix, and considering that he looked really good last night, if he could just build off of that and hopefully keep building off of that, I'm sure there's going to be some downs. Like I said, there were some moments yesterday where, you know, he was flat-footed, maybe late on a rotation. He got a rebound and tried to throw it up to Markelle Fultz in his first stint and almost got the ball stolen. His timing will probably take a bit to come back, but if he's able to keep building off of this and, you know, keep building off of this as his minutes load increases, the Magic are really cooking with something because, like I said, the talent is apparent with Jonathan Isaac. The all-defensive potential with Isaac is also very apparent. And just adding another 6'10" versatile, switchable defender to their lineup, and, you know, we'll see how the three-point shot looks, because I imagine his offensive role is obviously going to change from when he last played, considering the talent that the Magic have added. But if he is able to just build off of that, build from the role he is being asked to play in the short stint of minutes, then the Magic are really cooking with something. Because if you're trying to fill out a roster that's like the Boston Celtics or say the Los Angeles Clippers, where the thought is we're going to have just a roster full of big, switchable, skilled, versatile players, adding somebody like Jonathan Isaac with how he looked yesterday, the Magic will really, really, really be cooking with gas.